Freemasonry began over 300 years ago during a meeting in a pub in the City of London. So, what is Freemasonry? To tell us is Steve Wyatt, who is Secretary of the Union Lodge number 127, which is the oldest lodge in Thanet. Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon, Chris.
Now, Steve, what is Freemasonry?
First of all, Chris, Freemasonry is fun, but it is the oldest social and charitable organisation in the world.
And where did it originate from?
Oh, the roots of Freemasons goes way back to medieval stonemasons, who used to travel around the world building our cathedrals and churches and great buildings that we've all seen and loved. But they used grips, words and signs so that they could distinguish themselves from unqualified builders. The origins of Freemasonry go way back over 300 years, and the earliest record that we have is in 1646 in Warrington. But the Grand Lodge of England now dates back to 1717, when four lodges in London came together and they formed what is known as the first Grand Lodge. But by 1813, two Grand Lodges combined, and they now formed what we know today as the United Grand Lodge of England.
So how many Freemasons are there?
Oh, globally, there's well over 6 million.
Wow.
In our province, which is the province of East Kent, we have over 5,000 members, and the United Grand Lodge of England itself has over 160,000 members. And there's members in Scotland, Ireland, and of course Lady Masons, of which there's around about 5,000.
I'm quite interested to find out, what's the significance in Freemasonry of aprons and gloves?
That's a very common question. The aprons and gloves actually go back to stonemasons, the ancient stonemasons, and they had the aprons to protect themselves from sharp stones whilst they were forming the blocks, and the gloves were to protect their hands. And we now carry that over into our Freemasonry as symbolic of those Freemasons or those stonemasons.
So they're not great big thick gloves or aprons nowadays?
No, not at all. Our gloves are cotton. Some of us wear leather gloves, but mostly they're cotton. Our aprons are either fake leather or leather, depending on which is your preference.
And what are the guiding principles of a Freemason?
We base our principles on four things: integrity, friendship, respect, and most of all, charity.
And you have a building which is called the Lodge. I would imagine that's your local headquarters. What happens in the Lodge?
Okay, in a lodge, there's normally three things that happen. There's three parts to it. We have the lodge room, we have a festive board, or basically dinner, and then we have our social activities. So in the lodge room is where we welcome our new members and progress those people that have already joined us. And that's by 3 playlets or ceremonies. Also, once a year, we install a new master into the lodge. But the ceremonies or playlets, we have 3, as I say. The first is the first degree, and it reminds us that we are all equal and to look after those people that are less fortunate than ourselves. The second degree, which is known as the Fellowcraft, encourages members to better themselves and to focus on self-development and education. And the last degree, which is the third degree, or a Master Mason, reminds us that we have just one life and that we should really use it wisely and be remembered once we've gone for the right reasons. Mm-hmm. The festive board is basically our social gathering afterwards, where we enjoy each other's company and have a good meal.
And what is the process of becoming a Freemason? Can anybody be a Freemason?
Most people can become a Freemason, yes. There's 2 routes now. There's what we would call the sponsored route, which is where a Freemason approaches a friend or a colleague who is known for some time and asks him if he would like to join. But we also now have what we call an independent route, where if any gentleman or lady wishes to become a Freemason, they can ask through a number of portals. One is the United Grand Lodge of England portal. or locally, we have the Just Ask One website. And you fill in your details and we will contact you. And then there's a process that we follow until we eventually and hopefully welcome you into a lodge.
And you were saying that, Freemasons raise money for local charities. Where does that money go?
It goes to a lot of charities and worthy causes. They can apply to us for some funding, or we can donate. And we donate both on local and national levels. Locally, we raised very recently £22,000 to build or help build the new research centre at Queen Elizabeth Queen Mother Hospital. Nationally, in 2020, we gave £51.1 million to a multitude of deserving causes. But we also donate on an international level. We gave £350,000 to the victims of the Ukraine war. We support the natural disaster zones such as the Philippines and things like that. We support the Grenfell victims of the Grenfell fire. And more recently there, we actually paid for 2 of the extended fire ladders so that they can actually, London Fire Brigade can actually reach these buildings in the future. So we donate to a wide range of charities and organisations.
That's really good that local organisations benefit from it as well. And do you have social events?
Oh yes, we do. They're a very important part of our Masonic lives. It's where we join with our families, our friends, other Freemasons. Might be a barbecue or a quiz night or something like that, and we raise money through that for charity. Each year, the master of a lodge will have his nominated charity, and money goes to that and into the charitable pot.
And your lodge is holding an open day on the 6th of August. Can you tell us what we're likely to see if we come along?
Yes. First of all, everybody is welcome, men, women, families, and we will be offering free refreshments should people wish to come. But when you come into the building, you'll be met by Freemasons, and we will talk to you about anything that you wish to know about Freemasonry. We will show you into our meeting room, and you will see how the meeting room is set out. You'll see the regalia that we wear in the various degrees that we have, and it's really so that the public can start to understand what Freemasonry really is, and that we're actually just normal people.
And it's being held on the 6th of August between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. at the Masonic Centre, New Cross Street in Margate.
That's correct, yes.
Well, Steve, I wish you every success with your event. I hope you have a great day. And thank you very much for speaking to us today.
Thank you very much.